Crazy.
My uterus now sad.
Miss Bufford, Miss Thomas, can I go to the restroom?
That was one of my reference packs.
What?
Sorry, Kendra.
Spaghetti.
She knows.
Okay, thank you all for coming. My name is Kendra Fuentes. And for me, Weetrim has been an absolutely remarkable experience. It's opened my mind and eyes to so much, and it's made me realize what's really going on, and it's making me really want to make a difference. Okay, we were asked what broke our hearts, and to me this was a really hard question because I don't think there's a thing that doesn't break my heart. So, and I guess child trafficking really stood out. What is child trafficking or human trafficking? It's selling or abduction of humans and selling them like their items and forcing them into sex industries and labor. What this is pretty much, it's modern day slavery, and it's wrong. The U.S. is supposed to be the land of the free, but slavery is not freedom. Here are some statistics. Okay, human trafficking is the second biggest money industry there is next to drug trafficking with a profit of $32 billion. There are 27 million men, women, and children being enslaved right now in 161 countries, and that is 80% of the world's population. The sad part is that out of all traffickers, only 1 out of 8 traffickers get prosecuted, and that to me is just absurd. That's okay. I think. To me, FBIs are the ones that know what's really going on. They know all the statistics about this. They know all the recordings of human trafficking, and it's really hard to get in touch with these people because that's really on a federal level. And I've contacted the governor's secretaries, human resources, attorney of law, and I've contacted Congress, and I've been assured that everything possible is being done to prevent human trafficking, but I don't think so. Because no one here in the United States knows that this is going on. They think it's only happening abroad, but human trafficking has been reported in all 50 states. The problem is also that, most of the time, the ones being trafficked are the ones that pay people to bring them into this country. They promise them a life of education and a good life and work, but they actually bring them here to, like, for sex industries and other laboring. Okay. The clothes you wear and the food you eat has been made by child laborers, and that to me is absolutely wrong. It's very rare for a trafficker to get charged with human trafficking. Most of the time they get charged with prostitution. What is that, maybe a couple months in jail or something? And that, to me, needs to change. And also, the victims become criminal. Say that the traffickers force them into a sex industry for prostitution. These victims will become criminals because the police don't think that this wasn't their fault. They think that they weren't forced into this, that it was their free will. For me, the solution is to spread awareness. I think schools need to be educated. They need people to come in here and tell them every sign they need to look out for, everything they need to protect themselves, and they need to just be aware of their surroundings and aware of everything that's going on. Parents need to be educated on watching their children carefully and just looking out for who's watching their children, because that's also a big part, because human trafficking, victims are out in the open anywhere. Say, most of the time this stuff happens in hotels, and I think hotel workers need to be educated. Say, a guy comes in there and rents 10 rooms and all of them are full of women. Obviously something's up with that, and they need to take precautions. I think that my solution is to have more stricter rules and support child welfare and the well-being of children. That's why I focused it more on child trafficking, because that's what breaks my heart more. I get that human trafficking is when, most of the time this happens to ladies and they get forced into prostitution, and I don't think there's really much I can do for that, but for child welfare, they're robbing these children of their childhood, and that's absolutely wrong. It's not their fault at all, and most of the time these parents sell their children because of poverty, and that's why this is such a growing issue, and people don't realize that. I think we need more signs, we need more awareness out there. We need like billboards spread throughout the country letting people know that this is such a huge issue, and they need to watch out, because if we put signs all over and billboards, and the traffickers will be a little more hesitant on what they're doing because they know that we'll be onto them. And for the victims, they'll know that we're out there fighting for their freedom. And right now, I am in the middle of contacting a bunch of people. To me, this is, I've gone through many struggles with this because it's not easy at all. But if it were easy, everyone would do it. And I just think, well, like right now, I'm in the middle of contacting the Congress, and they still haven't gotten back to me, but I'm hoping they will. And I don't plan on giving up on this project at all. I plan to pursue it and go with it as far as it takes me, and hopefully make a difference in others' lives.
Bring your beautiful face over here so I can see you.
Here, go.